A couple of things that I found really interesting about Fonseca. There is a figure missing in our club, which is the sport director. Number three, I want to talk about our new head coach, Sergio Conceição. Mamma mia, what are we living, guys? What are they experiencing with this Milan lately? It's horrible. It's a shit show. We are a circus, and firing last night Fonseca like that was brutal. Was a public execution in my opinion. Really, really horrible. That's the only thing that we got left. Only solo la maglia, guys. Solo la maglia. Only the jersey. Only the colors. Only the badge. That's the only thing remaining for this Milan. Our proud, because really, even the style of Milan, it's gone out of the windows. Out of the window, it's gone. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. I want to talk number one, the last few hours and how Paulo Fonseca got fired. Number two, I want to talk about the disconnection in between club and reality, because they're not living in our same world. Number three, I want to talk about our new head coach, Sergio Conceição. Because halfway through Milan-Roma, we all read that news that Fonseca was about to get fired. Everyone knew it in the room that he was get fired. Finish the match, Fonseca goes direct into the press hall and asking, hey, do you know anything? Do you have any news? Paulo Fonseca was like, I don't know anything. Nobody told me anything. Nobody told me anything. Nobody had the balls to come to me, to call me, and to say, yes, you are fired. So the interviewer proceeded with the questions about the match, and Fonseca also said that I'm ready to go. Tomorrow I can keep working. I'm ready to focus for the Supercoppa. I'm focused for the Supercoppa. Nothing else. I'm ready. 1 hour later, Sky caught him outside of San Siro when he was leaving the stadium, and they say, hey, are you still in Milan? And Fonseca said with a smile on his face, beautiful face, he said, nope, I'm not in Milan anymore. This is life. And he left. And nobody from the club showed their face to the press saying, this is why we fired him. I grew up in the 90s, in the early 2000s, when there was a president with a clear leadership, and Milan also had a certain kind of style. This style is completely gone. Even the style of communication is gone. How can you do something so brutal? There is a figure missing in our club, which is the sport director, somebody that connects the club to the world outside, to the press, because it's not possible to do like a shit show publicly like this. And the parts, you can feel they are constantly disconnected, guys, because it was not even a week ago that clown of Scaroni say, at risk? Not at all. We all wish him to achieve great success. It was 6 days ago. Because Fonseca was never protected, covered, helped by the club a single time. I remember this summer when he said Kalulu plays in both positions. I'm satisfied with having almost all the defenders to start the work. You know, he was very happy about Kalulu, and he knew that we need somebody on the right-hand side. But no, we prefer spending 20 million by Emerson Royal that start playing football 2 days ago. Salemackers know what I think of him. Honestly, I'm satisfied that he's doing well. And then this creepy guy, really, every time I see a picture, every time I see a video of it, it really gives me goosebumps, because it's, I don't know, I start feeling it's creepy. It's just very creepy guy. If they stay with us, we are happy. If they want a new experience, we accommodate them. Like, there is no proud there to say you are part of Milan, Pirino, Adli. A couple of things that I found really interesting about Fonseca and firing Fonseca. Number one, in his contract, there was a clause where he was contracted under Milan for 3 years for 2.5 million a year a season, okay? But if he was getting fired before 6 months, okay, he was not getting the whole 3 years contract salary, but just 1 year contract, okay? What is interesting is, guess when is the limit that of the 6 months? Exactly yesterday. It's a company, guys. It's a business. It's a business. Another interesting things that I noticed today on Instagram and on the other social media is that AC Milan didn't say thank you Paulo Fonseca for what you did, thank you so much, Any player, no player said thank you coach for amazing this, amazing. Nobody, like completely silence. Nobody put any comment, and that to me it's really weird. And that was it. That was Paulo Fonseca with an average point of 1.59 per match, something really not enough for Milan, and I wish him the best because he's a gentleman, you can see, but it's not for our team. And now let's talk about Sergio Conceição, because we have a new coach that apparently is already Milanello. Get ready for the Supercoppa. The first match is gonna be against his son that plays in Juventus. That's crazy, okay? So he doesn't have much time. Okay, I did a little bit of research, so that's what I found. Of course, under Conceição, Porto won 11 trophies, including the Portuguese Cup over Sporting Lisbon and 3 league's title in 2018, 2020 and 2022. He got fired because after 7 years of Porto thought that was time for him to go. They beat us, if you remember well, in 2022. It was 1-1 in Milan with a goal of Kalulu in the last few minutes, and then we lost in Porto 1-0. It was our first season in Champions League after years and years. So I remember that team was extremely solid defensively. Now I did a little bit of research, guys, and let me tell you, I want to read you the numbers of goal scored, concede. So starting from the season 2017-2018. So the first season, 82 goals scored, 18 concede. 74-20 concede. 74 score, 22 concede. 84 score, 22 concede. 73 score, 22 concede. Last season, 63 score, 27 concede. The defensive phase for Sergio Conceição, it is very important, and he's a coach that comes with Milan with trophies, with victory, with an idea of we are planning 3 different competitions in 1 year. Coppa Italia, Scudetto and Champions League, because that's what he did in Porto. So he already had a little bit of experience. Quite often he played with a 4-2-2 on paper. But for us it's going to be a problem, because who are going to be playing as a second striker? Morata, that sometimes is injured. Tammy Abraham, can he manage to last more than 90 minutes without getting another injury? Are we going to promote officially Camarda as a starter? But sometimes he opted also for the 4-2-3-1, which make more sense, because the only striker is going to have to work a little bit backwards. Meanwhile, he's going to give more space, of course, to the wingers. Chukwueze, Rafa Leao, Pulisic, Okafor, and so on. Playing with 4-2-3-1, that means also that we're going to be playing with 2 midfielders that they're going to help to build up the action. And I read that some of you told me that Conceição is the Portuguese Conte, because also he is very focused on the defense side of the match that Milan really needs since a few years already. Pioli time already, we needed somebody that works more on the defensive side. But also he doesn't really care too much about ball possessions, okay? Which goes against a little bit about the classic Milan philosophy, but we know that Milan is gone. We have a new Milan now. So Conceição, for example, sometimes finish the match with less ball possessions, okay? With 40-60, okay? So we will see what's gonna happen. So he doesn't mind to suffer and be a little bit more back, but bring home the 3 points. I don't mind, because sometimes the wingers, they were moving in as a striker, and sometimes even the left back and the right back, they were coming in. So this does remind me a little bit about what Pioli was trying to do. If you remember, guys, a few years back, we see sometimes Calabria, sometimes Theo Hernandez in a midfield, and we were like, what is he doing? It's a way to distract and a way to move the other team. I'm honestly super happy to have Sergio Conceição, because he's a coach with experience to play a full campionato with 3 different competitions: the Coppa, the Champions and the League. somebody who wants, somebody is very dedicated, somebody who's very passionate and has a special attention for defense side. And this is the all I can ask, really. If we can find a little bit more enthusiasm and a little bit more of, I will say, just enthusiasm, everything else comes, I don't care if we play bad, but we need to bring points at home. I truly believe that at this point of the Campionato, our goal is reaching the Champions League spot. Nothing else. Nothing else, okay? So I'm very happy that Sergio Conceição is here. Let me know what do you think. And always Forza Milan and ciao Fonseca. Dai!